Hey, this is Jared. Just quickly popping in at the start here to say that you can always find the newest episodes of Pulp on your podcast streaming site of choice before they pop up here on YouTube. Have fun. Don't be fools out there. Welcome to Pulp Panic, a fiasco actual play podcast that is an anthology of deception, debauchery, and desperation. Pulp Panic is not for the faint of heart, and any content warnings can be found in our episode description. This month's issue of Pulp Panic is titled Mark My Words, the tale of some penitent larceny, where an ex-con tries to escape her ex, a con man, by trying to pawn off her last connection to him. All the while, a morally stained calligrapher counterfeiter conspires against his clueless compatriot.
Jared, are you okay?
No. That's really interesting. I'm bleeding the most.
I kind of figured you would be because you're definitely facing everybody the best.
Hello, and welcome back to Pulp Panic. This is issue number something of where we are playing the Pen Show playset. This is Act 2. If you haven't listened to Act 1, you probably should.
Do what you want.
To introduce the characters, I'll start. My name is Jared, and I will be playing Alex March. On any given Saturday, you could find her sketching in her sketchbook because she's actually a pretty good artist.
Aww.
But she only uses mechanical pencils. She refuses to use any sort of ink. Even like markers or like those fancy like art pens and shit, she will not touch. She only likes graphite.
Hello, I am Moss, and I am playing Alfie Jones. He is a very sweet little boy. He's an enthusiast and a lover. One thing that Alfie does is he pretends that he has to work late 2 Fridays a month because he is secretly taking some dance classes so that he can impress his girl.
No, Alfie's too good. Alfie's too good.
That was too much. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
But he's not very good at it. He's been trying. It's been like 7 months of going, and he's just not picking anything up.
Woof.
Woof. Okay, I love Alfie again. Okay, hi, I'm Lucci. I play Edward von Faber-Castell, and this is a little vignette from the Pen Show that nobody was there for. Basically, at one point, Edward was walking down the hallway to his hotel room, and a little girl was running down the hallway towards him to go somewhere. And you can tell that she's just really excited to be there with her parents. She's like, maybe like 5. Her fingers are covered in ink. She's got pigtails in. And she's running towards like where all the fun stuff is. And then as she is, like right when they're passing each other, she trips and falls really hard and skins her knees and starts to cry. And Edward looks down at her and then steps over her and keeps walking to his room.
Sick.
Without even blinking. He just does not care because there's no one here that he needs to look good for.
That's sick. Hi, my name is Nicola, and I'm playing Tommy Bartlett, the worst fucking dude ever. He's pretty sure he's in the right, and he's pretty sure that what he's doing is just what a guy like him has to do. And at this point, life has treated him so poorly. At least he thinks life has treated him so poorly that, like, why shouldn't he treat other people the same way?
Oh.
Yeah.
Vignette.
Oh, I think it's just like a montage of him sitting at different bars and like walking home and then sitting at another bar and then walking home on a different street and then sitting at another bar.
Getting a street churro.
Yeah, no, and it just like the shots become increasingly like canted and like unsteady. And then it ends with like a super close-up shot of just his eyes opening, like bloodshot and crazy hungover, and then it cuts to black.
Okay. And before we get into Act 2, our tilts that we established at the very end of Act 1 2 weeks ago were failure. You thought it was taken care of, but it was not. And mayhem, an out-of-control rampage. So look forward to seeing how those come into play in this preceding act. And then also in Act 2, we will be keeping the dice that we receive. We will not be giving them away. Also in Act 2, we have 2 good dice and 6 red dice. Things are going to be going bad for probably a while here in Act 2. So without further ado, is Act 2, Scene 1, my scene. I would like to establish. It is immediately where we left off in Act 1, Scene 8. We see Alex in the room, somewhat surrounded by both Tommy and Edward. And she's just kind of slowly backing away towards the balcony doors, being like, what the fuck's going on? What are you doing here? And she's looking at Edward.
Edward shuts the door behind him after he enters and stabs a pen into the lock in a way that would just like not let room service come in. I want to break the lock.
Lucci,
no, I forgot that we did.
No, explain how that works.
I don't know.
Explain it.
Dude, I don't need to mansplain. I don't need to mansplain the science.
No. If you shoved a pen between the door and the frame, it would give it some resistance.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, I don't know. I just want to do something with a pen. Whatever. Fuck me. Fine. I stabbed myself with a pen just to look cool. No. Okay, wait. Let me think.
Because fuck you.
What do I want to do? What do I want to do with a pen? No, I think I'll just like close the door and lock it behind me. Where's the pen?
I don't know what you're talking about.
That's what I wanted to know.
This is your ex-wife, the person you were yapping about on the roof.
This is her. It's here.
Get the
She's
pen.
got it.
Get the pen.
I don't have it on me.
I'm gonna start looking around the room, and I don't think it would take someone very long to look under a bed.
But would you look up under a bed? You'd be looking on the ground under a bed.
I think a scumbag would look.
Oh, and also he was in the business.
Yeah.
I think a scumbag like this would know how to, like, visually dress down a bed.
Mhm.
Well, like, where do you look
bedroom.
first? Are you looking under the bed right away?
I think I looked through the end tables next, and then I started in under the bed, and I look up and I find a little, like, was it cardboard box?
Yeah.
A little cardboard box taped to the underside of the box frame.
And then you hear a knock, knock, knock.
Let me just say,
This room service. I hear there's a little piggy rolling around in the mud.
we're busy, don't come in. An unfamiliar voice is heard by Alfie. Or I guess a voice that's not his wife.
And you hear like a furious, like trying to unlock the door with the key card.
I guess
And
comedy
it's-
comes in force.
You hear like the like it's not working, and just
Dang it!
Idiot, we said we didn't want room service.
No, I don't know who you are. But
and finally, I think it unlocks, and he opens the door, and he had his shirt like all the way unbuttoned.
Boner.
I think right before Alfie were to come in, are you still kneeling to grab the pen under the bed?
I think as he opens the door, I'm like grabbing the pen off from the bottom of the bed.
I quickly run up and knee you in the chest.
Oh.
And then the door opens.
Hey, this is my room, Mister.
I want to grab Alex
Alfie.
by the neck.
What's going?
I think I just want you to walk in on that. I think I have Alex by the neck.
Oh, fuck.
Because you
And
just
your
said,
like knee is on this guy's chest as he's like.
Well,
on the
I
ground.
like, it was more of a kick.
Okay.
Try to like get him to not grab it.
I'm like, you're not being brave. I think you should just let us.
No.
I like groan and like look up from the bed. Oh. Hey, Alfie.
What is going? You let go of my girlfriend there, or by God, Mister, I'll do something that you'll regret.
Or what? And he holds up the like disconnected phone line.
Take a deep breath, Alfie.
What are you?
Alfie.
I don't know what's going on here.
We are just two individuals who are
There are two of you.
relinquishing your wife's criminal past from her.
I still have my hand
Scrubbing the
around.
slate screen.
And Elfie runs out of the room. And then you hear just a...
Hey, there are guys in here. They disconnected my phone. They have my girlfriend. Guys, help!
And he's just like screaming up a storm. And then he like kind of pokes his head in. Now, I suggest you let go of her, and you get out of my hotel room.
Why, are you going to call the cops?
Well,
And he like gestures out to what you just did. Kind of seems like we can just kill her now.
Alfie starts to cry. No, like, so, you...
Why don't you go out?
He storms
back
over
outside?
and he punches you in the eye. I don't think it hurts that bad.
No.
I think you've taken far worse.
I immediately fucking haymaker him back in the head.
And I think he's on the ground. He's like barely conscious. He's like,
Okay.
his world is rocked.
Okay. I'm like, hey, Alfie. I know you care a lot about this woman, and I think she's a little bit more important than the stupid pen she's been hiding from you. So we're just gonna leave.
I don't...
And you just don't need to worry about anything you just saw because it does not affect you in any way, okay?
This is stolen property. It was stolen from me. You go to the cops. She goes down too.
Do you have any questions when you feel better? I'm sure Alex would...
I think you start to hear some like rumblings from out in the hallway.
Tommy, I think it's time we gotta get going.
Oh my god.
Alfie, being friends with you for the past 5 years has been the hard thing that made these past 5 years so hard. And then I leave.
Oh. No.
Before I leave, I take the divorce papers out of my pocket and sign them. And I throw them onto the bed where you two are sort of gathered.
I'm still on the ground.
Oh.
I'm not getting up that quick.
And I'm just like, to the happy couple, have a shitty day. And I put the pen in my inner jacket pocket and walk out after.
So you have the pen
Uh-huh.
and you just used it?
Uh-huh.
Talking about depreciating the value.
I know, it's terrible.
And we're selling it illegally anyways. We got tricks for that. We got tricks.
It's stolen and it's been used.
Wait, they don't even care it's stolen. It's been used.
Proof it out, there's ink in it.
Oh god. Oh god. Are you okay? And I think he's like pushing himself up onto his knees and he like tries to stand up, but he like wobbles over and like falls again.
Alex goes and helps him up.
Oh my god, I'm sorry.
Alfie,
Are you okay?
I'm so sorry. I didn't want you to be wrapped into this stuff. I've been trying to leave it behind.
Yeah, they're just some vile men. And he like wanders over to the phone and he picks it up and he tries to like dial. Oh, yeah, yeah.
She like kind of just gently like pushes the phone back down. Alfie, they're right. We can't call the cops because they'll connect me to things that I won't be able to have a life with you, and I want a life with you.
This has been the worst pen show ever. This has been the worst pen show of my life. I really thought this was going to be the best one, but
Alfie, I'm so sorry. And she like goes in for like a kiss and a hug.
I think he just kind of pushes you away.
Can I say end scene? Is that okay? Cool.
Bad.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
I'm not to call my own scene, but
Yeah.
bad.
Bad.
Act 2, Scene 2. Moss, would you like to establish our resolve?
I think I'm going to establish. It has been like a couple of moments. I think you've gotten me like a little bit of an ice pack. You've tended after me, and I think we've talked it out just a little bit. So I have like a slightly better understanding. I guess how much better of an understanding do you think I have?
I think I'm coming like fully clean.
Okay.
Are you clean about the pencils?
No.
No, never. That's going with her to her grave.
And I think he just is like, yeah, I gotta go think this over.
Alfie. I didn't want to tell you because I didn't want you to think of me differently. I wanted us to be the meet cute that we had last year. I wanted us to be you going on and on about all the pens and your enthusiasm and me just being absolutely overtaken by it and just I'm sorry. You made me want to leave that behind and have a better life.
But what hurts me the most is that I'm one of the pillars of this community, and to know that I brought the criminal element.
Alfie, none of this.
That's what really hurts.
None of this is on you. I know I should have told you, but
God.
I wanted to, I was going to find a seller. I was going to pawn it off and then no one would be the wiser and we could have just been happy. And I'm sorry.
We have to get that pen back. We have to give it back.
We do.
That's what we have to do. I can't believe, but you say you wanted to be out of it, but if you wanted out, you would have just given that pen back, but instead you were trying to sell it. And
I want to get us a good life, Alfie. I want us to be able to buy a home. I want us to have an entire room dedicated to your pens.
I have a house. It might not be the nicest house that you've ever seen, but
a custom-built house.
It is the 90s.
But what I don't really... You can't buy a house off of one pen. It might be an expensive pen, but... My God, that is short-sighted.
A honeymoon?
Where would you want to go on a honeymoon?
Anywhere that...
And he like reaches in his pocket and pulls out a little ring box. And he starts just kind of fumbling with it in his fingers.
Where would you want to go for a
Alfie,
honeymoon?
I'd go to the ends of the earth with you.
Well, I guess if you were trying to get to the end of the earth, you'd need a bit more money.
Yeah.
That's... Oh,
The Arctic ice wall is pretty far away.
yep.
Wait.
Are you guys flat earthers?
Oh my God.
That's
the one thing about their relationship that's not great. That would have been so relieving to Tommy to hear.
That's the one Alex March real vignette, is that she's a flat earther. She's from Daytona, after all.
And he like wanders over to the balcony and he takes out their ring. And I think he just chucks it.
Oh.
I don't need this ring because, it's not about the money with you. It's really not about the money at all.
And he's starting to like stream tears and he comes over and he gives you like a big hug and he tries to kiss you. But as he does, he like pushes his nose against you and he's like,
Oh, jeez, I think that's broken.
Oh, Alfie.
It's not about the money, but we gotta get.
We need to get it back.
We need to get that pen back, and we gotta give that back. You said it was Alan Clark's.
Yeah.
We gotta give it back to him. I can't.
Who is he?
He's the founder of the Pen Show. He started the Pen Show 30 years ago. He's the most important man in my life. Now.
I had an instinct there to go after me. Hey, I have good news.
That other guy,
yeah.
I really hate him,
Who was he?
He was every year, him and we've been hanging out when it's the Pen Show, and he shows me his calligraphy techniques, and honestly, it's all just very confusing. I really feel like I've lost a loved one now that he's betrayed me.
Would you want to get back at him? We can get the pen back.
That's all I want to do.
I have good news for you. And she takes out a key card from her pocket. I pickpocketed him while he was holding me, and I have that fucker's key card.
No, thank you.
And he goes to kiss you again, and he makes it like a second in before he's like, oh, ouch.
She kisses you on the forehead.
Oh.
Let's go get that fucker. Scene. I think that was good for Alfie. Which means there's only one good die left.
Alfie's on Easy Street, baby.
Act 2, Scene 3. Would you like to establish or resolve, Lucci?
I would like to establish. So I'm thinking because that went so well, I want them to start feeling like the police have been informed. So things are stressful. We don't know what's happening. We don't know if they know what we look like. We don't know if how much Alex is going to disclose for the sake of this pen. I think that I scurried down to my booth because that's where all my tools are for my calligraphy. But I think I find that because I was away from it for so long, there's a rule there where all of my stuff has been it's not there anymore.
There's a rule that if you get the loaded nachos, you have to share.
Yeah. There's some rule where like if you keep it unattended, it looks bad. Like they just like put it into storage. So like,
Yeah.
hey, so it's like I don't have. So like I have to find. So like I'm using like B tier ink that I keep in my hotel room and stuff, and like not the best paper. So I'm like pretty stressed, but I'm there and like chugging my stuff from my flask.
Are we both there?
Do you think you would have followed me?
I think I'd be hiding with you.
Okay.
I think you might have actually gone to Nicola's room because I know where your room is.
Okay.
I don't know
that's
where.
true.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, so I'm like looking at the paper and I'm like doing like the very fine outline because like there's like things you have to do on the document that are just kind of like to show that it's official. Like, you know, like how on a driver's license there's small little details like the see-through part and like the IV, and it's like, okay, that shows like I'm not doing like a see-through part, but I'm doing like the detailing on the outside right now.
You're like lifting it up and they're putting like a crazy UV light through it to test the...
Yeah, to make sure that it looks official. And I'm like really like focused, but I'm also just like I know all you do is steal pens, but you're at a pen show and this is the best paper that you have. Like this is all I get to work with.
What do you want from me?
I want you to feel like you're fucking, I don't know, a part of this team. And then I shake the flask into my mouth and like just a drop comes out. So then I chuck the flask at Nicola. I'm like, what are you even doing here?
Hey.
Like, we have the
No
pen
need
now.
for that.
You should be out there looking for people that want to buy it.
I should be
Yes.
keeping myself clean because there might be those two scampering around. We don't know if they're just going to leave this. We don't know if they're going to call the cops. We don't know if they're going to send a letter to Mr. Alan fucking Carter himself.
Put on a fucking hat. Get out there. Put on a disguise. I don't care
Just
what
a
you
hat,
have to
really?
do.
You think that's all it takes to hide you? Okay.
All the sound of your breathing and you're complaining and
Oh,
just
I'm
I
breathing
can't
too heavy
focus.
now,
Yeah,
am
I can't get
Alex?
out of here.
I mean, all right. Yeah, I'll go try to find a buyer.
Yeah. I don't care what you have to do. I don't care what you have to wear. I don't care what you have to say. Find some rich moron down there. Tell them about the pen. And we have to sell it by tonight. We cannot be in this hotel for much longer. 2 hours, that's how long this is going to take for me.
Okay.
And also, I need you to have a name for me by the time you get back.
Okay. All right. I got it.
And then I point at the flask. And fill that up with ink.
All right.
Fill it up with ink. Okay?
If you
Okay.
say so. Okay.
I need ink.
Do you have
Okay.
is there a specific brand that you like?
Right now, I do not care.
I've been there.
I'll drink any.
I'll go find something
Mm-hmm.
fairly priced. It's fine.
Get out.
All right, Jesus, and slams the door closed.
As you're in the room alone and forging the document, as you're in this, your blur, you're working hard, you're scratching stuff down onto the paper, your vision is getting blurry, and in the dark corners of the room, the ink starts to kind of talk to you, and you're starting to get
Like, not now. I'm busy.
paranoid as the shadows start to whisper.
What are they saying?
Tommy's a fake. Tommy's a fake. Tommy's gonna sell you out.
Really? Tommy? He's against me too?
They're all in on it together.
I knew it. You're my only friend, Ink.
I
Start
love
sucking
you.
on the page of a book. I love you too. Start sucking on the page of a book
my
to get the
God.
ink out of it. Yeah, I'm getting more drunk on ink, and I'm like looking at the walls, and I'm like, I don't know if this is the first time I've seen
Get back to work.
Yes, I will. Yes, sir. And I start scribbling faster.
Yes.
Also, I think it's my best work. In my head, I'm like, oh, you're gonna be proud of this one. This one's looking even better than a real one. Whoa! Take my hand. Take my hand, Alfie. I mean, Ink.
End scene.
Okay,
I kind of want to say bad.
that was bad. Yeah, that's
that
great.
Was bad.
That was awesome. Okay, I'll take a bad die.
It's going delirious off ink.
Jesus Christ.
Boss, thank you for making that scene. Like, I feel so much better about it now.
Act 2, Scene 4. Nicola, will you establish or resolve?
I'm going to establish. And it's going to be Tommy walking back to his hotel room with a little plastic bag with presumably ink in it.
Churros?
With like a bunch of ink pots and a churro in his other hand, leaving a trail of cinnamon sugar. And he like opens the door for a split second, goes, Jesus Christ, throws the bag in, slams it, and goes back out into the convention.
Oh, is it at me?
Yeah.
Okay, what did you see?
Nothing he wants to remember seeing.
Can I tell you what I think you saw? I think you saw like him standing Blair Witch Project, staring into the corner where the ink was talking, being like, so you're saying I was actually born ambidextrous, but the nuns trained me out of using my left hand? I'm going to try doing the rest of it with my left.
You see book pages dangling out of his mouth.
Ink. I churn like 90 degrees, go,
Jesus, I don't want to know. So I imagine that Tommy is going to start looking around and trying to find less scrupulous people to sell his wares at. I think he like starts at the bar and there's no one really that seems like they have the money and also the moral impropriety to actually buy this.
There's one guy who's dressed up like a 50s like greaser, and he's got like a little switchblade comb, and he's combing his hair.
The switchblade is actually a pen.
Aww, hell yeah.
And I think he would stumble onto the editor for the rival Penn Quarterly magazine. Because Alan Clark is the editor for... so he stumbles upon the editor of Penn's Global. And they put out 5 issues a year instead of 4. So he comes across Callum Snark, and also eating a churro in the food area. And he just comes up and he goes, Mr. Snark, so you know your churros.
Yeah, it's the one thing I wish we could have at our writing offices. They won't let me anymore.
You know what would might make your office look a little nicer, though?
A churro stand.
Well, almost as nice. Very close, I grant you.
Churro twists.
The personal pen of your competitor?
Hmm?
I mean, what kind of pen man can't keep his own pen?
Oh.
And if you've got it, just a little something, just a little bit of it, I'm better than you.
Oh. How do I know you ain't yanking my chain here?
Why, I have the certifications. I have it. It was sold privately.
I take the churro from your hand.
That's okay. Really, I need to try one of those. Seemed good. Anyway,
this is a promising offer you're giving me right here with this.
The pen in question was sold privately. Maybe you needed a little bit of money and didn't want people to know. But it recently came into my possession. I have the full certificates of authenticity, the packaging, everything. Would that be something you're interested in?
I would be highly interested in showing that stuck-up Alan Clark a 1-2.
Well, I'm glad we think the same way, Mr. Snark.
Yes, that is my name.
Now about the price. 4 million? Between us friends.
What are you? 4 million? Today's economy?
4
You're
million?
fucking nuts.
It's not terrible. What is it worth to rub his nose in it? A pen man who can't keep his own pen. Who in this room would ever lose a pen? Not the guy in charge.
I'll give you $1 million for it. And if it comes out okay, and then you let my guy certify this thing, I'll give you $3 million.
1 million up front, and then the rest of the 3 million after certification?
Yeah.
That sounds
Quick
fine
process.
to me. I think we have a deal. He
See you later today.
puts his hand out to shake.
He grips it way too hard, and it's also covered in churro sugar.
As is Tommy's.
That's better than
We're
a blood
churro,
pack.
man. We
That's
share
better
a
than
bond.
blood.
End scene.
Sugar and cinnamon's thicker than blood.
Good.
Good.
Great.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
All right.
Damn it.
Oh, that was Last Blue.
Yeah, that was the last.
Okay,
Good guy.
everyone. Bad endings only.
Act 2, Scene 5, my last scene. I am going to establish. We find Alex and Alfie already in Edward's room, torn apart a little bit. Not like destroyed, but
Well, there is some destruction, but that was there when we got there.
Yeah. We're looking around. We're trying to find anything incriminating on Edward, and nothing's really coming up that's like.
You did find something that you didn't like, which was the name. Your name was written out. I think we did it like 5 times. So there's like a paper that has your name like calligraphied out 5 times. And I just like shamefully try to like pocket it, and I'm like trying to hide it from you.
I'd say on the 5th one, the pen is kind of drawn off. You don't know what happened for the pen to get dragged off like that in the middle of writing Alex.
I definitely saw that.
Yes.
But you don't know what it means.
I don't.
We don't know either.
And Alex just kind of like, I think she's like, just sits down on the bed, kind of in defeat. She's like, God, there's fucking nothing? How could there be fucking nothing on this weirdo?
Well, I like to say you keep a sunny attitude and the day will cheer you up. That's my my goal. That's my motto. My grandma always said that to me when I was a little kid, and I would be a little bit of a Debbie Downer as a kid. So, oh God, this does suck, doesn't it?
Alfie, what are you gonna do?
I think we have to take the nuclear option.
What?
Whoa. That's an awesome sentence.
Or we shut down pen sales. I think I could talk to Mr. Clark and get that done.
You can try. Yeah.
It's a little extreme, and I know he wouldn't want it. This would be like probably the biggest.
What are you gonna tell him? That his
the
stolen.
truth.
How are you gonna explain to Mr. Clark that we know that they have his stolen pen and that didn't accidentally come from me, and how do we know that they won't immediately throw me under the bus?
I'll tell one lie, okay? And that was that I planned on giving him the pen back, and that we knew about it, and that we got it, and they stole it back. So we just have to lie a little bit.
And he like glances up at the sky, and he's like, "Oh, sorry, Grandma."
Oh.
That's not something I really typically would endorse, and I know you know that. I don't see any other way. We shut down the pen sales. That way, if everybody knows not to buy a pen, it won't get sold. And they'll have to...
I mean, it's worth a shot. I don't know how much it's gonna work. Tommy's a fucking shady-ass person, and Edward just had a whole vibe, especially now that I'm seeing his fucking room.
Yeah, Edward sucks. You think they would really do that, though? If there was like a hold on all pen selling, you think they would just go ahead and sell it?
There's a chance. There's a pretty good chance. They're shady motherfuckers.
But then
at least
they would then have to like find somebody who's willing to also disobey that order.
Yeah.
And I don't know, the pen community I know is upstanding, and you would not stand for that.
I mean, it at least lets us narrow down people. So I think it's a good idea there, but I think the pen still has a chance to be sold. But it narrows it down for us. Doesn't solve our problem at all.
Gotta do it.
I think it's worth a shot.
Okay.
Yeah, so we go wander over. I think he's got like a little corner booth that's like royalty. There's like a large like security lion. Line, not a lion.
No. There's a security lion.
It's the size of one of the big players at an E3 booth. 50 square feet by 50 square feet.
Mm-hmm.
There's like curtains, velvet curtains around it. He's got like a big throne, and he's like elevated.
Oh my gosh, it's like the Game of Thrones throne with pens. So Alan Clark, also using a pen that's very rare, and also you recognize it because you're pen fanatics, is $1 million pen. I just want to establish that. It's not like a $4 million pen like the one that you guys are trying to find right now, but it's $1 million pen. And he's, just signing stuff like autographs.
Sir,
Alfie, your speech earlier this week was fantastic.
Thank you.
I've never seen the crowd that receptive.
Oh, gosh. I'm gonna break your heart.
Alfie, let them through. And then the security lets you back towards me. I'm like, Alfie.
Oh, sir.
This seems...
So, you see, this is my girlfriend.
Hello.
I hold out a hand.
Shake.
Friend of Alfie's, a friend of mine. Hi.
Hello.
He smells the...
More than friend.
of Alfie's, actually.
Oh,
Yeah. I got my girlfriend.
Well, Beyonce now.
You still want to marry me?
Yeah.
he definitely smells the pencil lead on her and dislikes her internally, but does not show it.
So she's not really a member of the community.
I can tell.
Yeah. So there's we came into possession of your pen that you lost last year.
The $1 million pen in his hand, he snaps it in half. He's like, this Parker 71 is inside the building right now.
Edward von Faber-Castell has it, I think. Edward von Faber-Castell, or Tommy, I think was his name. Some guy, you know him. What was his-
Tommy Bartlett.
Tommy Bartlett.
Tommy Bartlett?
One of those two has it. I think they're trying to sell it. I think we need to put a no sales order down.
A no sales order
Yes.
on the...
On the whole pen shop floor.
No, I know what we need to do. I grab the intercom thing because I can talk over.
I
Oh.
grab, as you're like about to reach
No,
out, I grab your
pull-
hand.
Oh, okay,
and
okay,
I'm
okay.
like,
It's too risky. Don't do it. It's too risky.
I know what I'm doing.
I fall to my knees and I'm like,
No. No.
And then I
No.
go,
I'm still standing.
and then I go,
Not sure of what's happening.
and I go, all pens are now 50% off, and the pen show will be meeting the difference for all vendors that miss out on profit.
You've lost it. Oh God. This is bad.
Alan Stock's gone insane.
Oh.
I'm like, I'm giving
No.
my fucking pen back. And then
No.
I think I'm gonna have security I'm like, just get rid of these two.
No.
Kick them out of the pen show.
and scene.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was bad for me. Okay. Act 2, Scene 6. Moss, your final scene.
I'm going to establish. We have just been kicked out of the pen show. And I think we are sitting out front on the benches, and I'm just silently crying.
Aw.
I don't know what's gonna happen. I think I fucked up. Oh God.
Alex is rubbing your back, being like, it's gonna be okay.
There's a little ink stain on his collar. And it smells like another man.
It's gonna be okay.
I think I have feelings for men sometimes.
Whoa!
She stops rubbing for like a second. Just out of
Yo, Freud nods up in heaven like, that explains the pen obsession.
And I was last night I went up to I was in last night
Alfie.
I was in Edward's room last night, and we do this thing sometimes where he reaches around from behind me and he guides my hand.
Okay. Alfie.
No,
I think I understand.
No, he
I
guides
think-
my hand.
I think I understand what
He
you're
guides
saying
my hand
here.
while I'm writing.
Yeah. I'm
And-
sure he does.
and it just
You
feels really
fucking
good.
calligraphers.
It really
Oh.
feels good.
Alfie,
and I just
Alfie,
I don't know.
Look at me, Alfie.
I-
Look at me.
What?
Do not care. Just, he's a piece of shit. Just like I'm trying to leave Tommy behind. We can leave Edward behind, you know? Do not care how he was guiding your hand.
He would.
Yeah.
He would hold. I would grab onto his pen, and then he
Yeah,
would grab
okay,
my
y-
hand
yeah,
and move it around. And it's just something I just don't. I don't know what I'm gonna do.
I don't know what I'm gonna do either.
He would grab my hand and then we'd move it around. Oh my god.
I just want you to know it doesn't at all change the way that I feel about you. Like, if I was curious about pens, I'm still curious about inkwells. And I just really hope that this doesn't like change our relationship, and that you can still see me in the same way.
Of course. Of course, Alfie. Of course.
Biography?
Bibliography.
Just throwing that out there.
God bless.
Is that the name of the episode?
No.
Challengers. Bibliography.
No.
Do you really mean that?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's good. Wow, that's a lot off of my chest. I'm gonna be honest. Wow, that feels really good. But if we got kicked out, our clothes are still up in the hotel, and
We're kicked out of the convention. We could still go in the hotel. You know?
Oh, okay. I was really worried that I lost my espresso machine.
No.
Oh,
No. And that's when I think a couple cop cars with their lights flashing kind of pull up into the Marriott parking lot.
this is perfect. Things are looking up for us.
And you aren't looking at Alex. And when you finally turn back...
No, I'm like fully stood up and I'm like starting to wave at the police and like stepping towards them.
Yeah. And when you go to look back for Alex, she's gone.
Oh.
Just completely gone. She's left.
Oh.
Then end scene. Can I argue it's bad because you just like came out in this like beautiful, and then the minute that like some threat happened, she just left you and abandoned you. Like that doesn't feel good.
No, I'm definitely
That feels pretty bad.
I'm emotionally vulnerable. Yeah. Yep. Okay.
People okay with that?
Yeah.
That was bad. Sorry, Moss.
No, I swear to God, I'm gonna get a really bad roll and end on 0, and I'm gonna cry.
Act 2, Scene 7, the second to last scene. Lucci, would you like to establish or resolve?
So I'm going to establish that we're on the roof.
Oh, yeah.
We're kind of all pretty close now. So we're on the roof and you guys are outside. The police sirens in the background, very dramatic. You have the pen. I have the documents that's inside of an envelope. And a very official looking envelope. I have a bunch pre-made, so like that one I didn't make when I was...
Do you have ink dribble?
Oh, no, I'm
like,
drinking
dried
ink.
on your...
I'm actively drinking ink, but I
Are
don't...
your hands just stained with blue?
And my teeth are blue, my tongue's black. And also, like, usually I pour them into my flask just so I don't freak people out. But right now I'm just, like, drinking straight from the bottles that Nicola brought me. So, like, they're obviously just, like, Office Depot ink.
Straight from the well.
Yeah, straight. It's like, yeah, drinking, like, wine from a wine bottle. It, like, looks horrible. So, yeah, no, now we're just, like, waiting, and I'm getting all amped up. And I'm like, I think we can get more than $3 million for this. I think that once he gets here, we can get like $6 million or $20 million. Because, like, we have the high ground, literally and metaphorically. We have the pen. And listen to that chaos he wants. The pen that Walls told me. Oh, I need more ink.
As you're freaking out on the roof, you see Tommy and Callum walking towards you. And, like, they're having, like, a normal, nice, friendly conversation of just, like, they both have churros. And it's just, like, a normal business deal thing. And then Tommy looks at you for the first time, approaching you, and he's like, oh, no.
Time slows down as you guys are walking over, and I just hear the ink shadows whisper, like,
Tommy's with the cops, isn't he? Tommy brought them here.
okay, so I grip the envelope.
You should show Tommy the pavement.
Well, I'm Tommy. I don't want to jump.
Ask Tommy to kiss the pavement.
Hey, Tommy, kiss the pavement.
Fucking what?
Did you bring the money and the pen?
Well, yeah, my new friend, Mr. Snark, is here.
Yes.
Hi, Mr. Snark.
Good
I hold
to
out
meet you.
an inky hand.
He takes out a plastic glove and shakes your hand. And there's also another very scrawny, kind of gaunt man standing behind him as well with glasses, but he looks very well put together otherwise.
Who's your friend?
He's here to verify what you're selling.
Why is he wearing a wire?
He's not wearing a wire.
He is wearing a wire.
I can smell his wire. The ink told me so.
All
Is
right.
this who we're dealing with?
Let's just...
Tommy, I thought I could trust you.
And you can trust me. He's had a long day, maybe a little too much pen show, if you know what I mean. It's hot, but I can assure you, he is a professional.
I'm a professional. I can prove that I'm a professional. Grab a pen, I was like, if I wasn't serious about this deal, would I do this? And I stabbed myself really fatally in the leg. It's like, now I need that $4 million for the hospital.
Oh!
Jesus Christ, Tommy.
Yeah.
Who the fuck did you...
And what a dedicated businessman he is.
Yeah. I'm serious. There's nowhere to run.
Fellas, I think I'm done here.
No, you're not.
No. Let's just take 5 minutes.
I push past them and then I stab my pen into the door in a way that locks it. And then, so now we're all stuck on the roof. And I'm like, I think we're not done doing business here. And I think your friend's wearing a wire. I think we can all agree that we don't want a wire up here. And I push him off.
Oh, God.
Jesus.
Oh, my fucking God. No.
Alfie.
Derek,
Jesus.
no! He was the best man at my wedding.
The ink whispers into your ear. There's ink left in that pen.
I start sucking on the doorknob.
Tommy, who the fuck is this guy?
You know what? I'm going to be straight with you. Not the person I thought he was. I'll be honest, Mr. Snark.
Where's the money?
Where's the fucking pen?
Where's the fucking pen?
Do you have the certificate?
I have the certificate. It's right here.
When you pull it out, how does it look?
The envelope looks great.
Okay.
That's a thing, because I pre-make all the envelopes at home with all my good gear. But yeah, right now the outside of it looks great. The ink on my hands is dry, so it's not getting all over it.
Let me inspect the pen.
I take it out of my jacket pocket and hand it to him.
He takes out a new pair of gloves after fucking Edward soiled his one. And carefully, like, kind of gets it out of the box to inspect it. And it's like, yeah, it's definitely, seems like it's it. And he, like, carefully puts it back in the box. Well, since I can't verify it, you only get your 1 million.
And I am very sorry about that, sir.
And actually, for killing the best man at my wedding,
Wait,
you're getting 200,000.
wait a second. You can verify it. I have the document.
I had a guy for that.
What do you mean?
I made a deal with your
Oh.
friend here. 1 million at the start, 2 million after it's verified and
The
certified.
document's certified.
Yeah, I have a guy for that. I'm not a fucking...
So you're backing out on our deal?
There's $3 million.
I'm not backing out of a deal
You
with
have $3
you.
million behind your eyes.
This is fine. This was
What
part of the
the
deal.
fuck?
It was
Holding out.
conditional. No, we're okay. We're
He's
still
playing
making
hardball.
money. Please.
We're not making
Don't be a
enough
freak about this.
money. I'm not being a freak about this. If you want me to be a freak about this, I pulled the pen out of my leg and I stabbed myself in the eye with
that's
it.
a lot of play. Okay.
I was like, I can be a freak about this. I can be a freak. I haven't
Callum
been.
just starts walking to the door.
I can't be I haven't been a freak yet. You haven't even seen me be a freak yet.
Hey, where's my money?
He takes out a wad of cash from his jacket pocket and just throws it far away, but onto the roof.
I grab it and I start running.
Off the roof?
No, down. I grab it and I try to make my way down.
I locked the door with my awesome pen technique that totally works.
Yeah, that's what he's struggling with.
And also the
right now.
doorknob's
that's true.
slippery because I sucked on it.
Yeah, it's a slippery stuck doorknob.
Where are you guys going? I never got my money.
You got your money right there. Split it with your partner.
No, that's not all the money. I know you have 2 million more.
No, it's fine. You'll get $500,000. I'll get $500,000. We'll go and it'll be fine.
I see how you're gripping that pen. You seem to think. It looks like you think it's real. It looks like you think it's the certificate's gonna pass.
No, please.
He knows how much it's worth.
It was
It's
3
not worth
hours of your labor for
$200,000.
$500,000.
The
Please
shadows,
just leave it.
The shadows can certify for me. The shadows have went to school for it. You should just give us the rest of the money now.
No, I really think we need to get out of here. Because you just threw a person off the ceiling, and I
Yeah.
hear cop sirens already. We need to go. I don't know what's going on with you, but we need to get the fuck out of here right now.
Do you think
And
he
that's-
survived the fall? Do you think you would survive the fall? You should give us the rest of the money.
And Callum goes, you know what? And he starts walking towards Edward. I'm fucking sick and tired of this motherfucker's bullshit.
Bring it on, man.
And he like kind of like pushes you like a little
I
bit.
fall super easily.
After he pushes you, he turns to Tommy. He's like, give me my fucking money back. I'm tired of you two bullshit.
No,
I'm taking
fuck
this
you.
pen and the fucking money.
No, you're not.
And he walks up to Tommy and try to start fucking fighting him as well.
Ooh, how would that go?
He's not a good fighter.
I think Tommy also is not as good as he once was, as the song goes.
That's true.
I rip the pen out of my eye and I'm holding it like a little shank. And I'm like,
I think we're like struggling with one another.
Yeah.
and I point. And my vision's doing that thing where there's like 2 twos in the shadows. I'm like, shadows, which one is the real one? I'm going to kill that one.
The money is
Money?
with the man on the ground.
Oh.
He had a wire transfer.
Whoa. Oh, I interrupted you earlier. I'm sorry. Money's on the... I locked the door. You guys are fighting, right? This
Yeah.
is just like off to the side. How's your fight going?
Not great. We're just kind of evenly matched.
Are you
I think
near
it's
the edge?
embarrassing for both
Are you
of us.
near,
Yeah.
Are you near the edge?
One of us definitely is.
Yeah.
I am. Yeah.
I think we're fighting
Yeah.
the edge.
Okay, I think I'm gonna go to Tommy. I'm like, Tommy, can I draw some wings on your back? I need you to go get something for me.
The fuck are you talking about, psycho? I'm a little busy right now. Can you get this fucking idiot off me?
Yeah, okay, so I draw little wings on my chest because I can't reach my back. And then I look at them. I'm not even gonna tell them what I'm doing. I'm like, I'm gonna fix your mistakes. And then I take a step over the side and I fall to the next balcony.
You break your ankle.
Definitely.
There's a little kid.
I punch through the glass. I go, I see, does it look like a kid to me? What does it look like?
It looks like a little kid with a churro.
Give me that. Give it to me.
Okay.
Thank you. And then I keep going.
I'm sorry.
And then I go through and I make my manic way through I'm marching through the pen show.
The pen show is in disarray. There are people throwing papers everywhere. All the stands are people are coming up and shaking the tables. It's like you're in a Dan Flashes.
If anyone gets in my way, I double hand push them. I'm just going like this to people because I'm just like, I gotta get to that fucking
Cutting
wire.
people down one by one with your churro.
Yeah, I'm hitting people in the face with it. And I'm going for
People
the
are
door.
starting to kind of notice you, and there are some people who definitely are like trying to stop you, but you're just throwing them aside.
I'm not doing too
And-
well.
No. And as you get to the end, you reach a police barricade around the doors of the building.
I just walk towards them. I
Which
start
you're
pushing.
bleeding.
Yeah, and you are severely bleeding. You don't have an eye. And so I think the police try to help you. They're like, oh, come on.
Mm-hmm.
Thinking it is...
I point to the guy on the ground. I did that. I need that.
Oh, okay, you're under arrest.
No, I'm not.
Okay, Mac.
End scene. Yeah. That was bad. Act 2, Scene 8. Nicola is the last scene. And this can go either way.
Okay.
Will you establish or resolve?
I feel like I have to establish back up on the roof.
Yeah.
I feel like that's where
Ooh, but resolving could be interesting though.
our thing is going to be. Because, like, the ending of last scene means that the police are somewhat have their hands full. So, like, there is now time to have a good last scene. But yeah, I think my scene will start with us struggling up on the roof. And I think it starts with us, like, turning and both seeing Edward jump off the fucking roof on his own volition. And we just sort of stop what we're doing for a second and, like, look at each other like, what the fuck?
Who the fuck is that guy?
You know what? I'm starting to wonder why I trusted him.
And he socks you in the jaw.
God damn it, you sneaky rat son of a bitch. We're just like two old guys struggling.
And like this rich guy, I don't know, he hasn't had to fight his own battles in a while.
No. I think you land one good blow on him and he tumbles backwards off the roof. But somewhat like Edward, he lands onto a balcony but his head was not so fortunate, and his neck breaks on the railing. So he's just instantly dead.
Yeah.
That's jail for life. You just killed a CEO. Oh my god.
That's even more jail. And I look over and I see him just like on the balcony down. And I go, huh. And he has the pen and I have the money, right?
As his head snapped, I think some of the money he had was like flying out of his jacket. So now down below, there it's just raining money. It is utter chaos.
Bloody money raining down. And people are looking up. And like they just see the top of my head and I go, oh! And I duck down out of view from the people down below. And I go, and I like kind of stand up, brush myself off, look down just a little bit over the edge and go, I think that went pretty good. I think I'm all right. I look at the roll of $1 million in my pocket. I'm like, and he turns around and he starts heading for the door, down the stairs out.
When you reach the door, you find, like, you just take the pen out and it opens pretty easily. And you maybe open it for like 2 inches and then it slams shut. Like,
Oh, god damn it.
and you hear, can't fucking let you go, Tommy. You're done. This is it.
Why? Why can't you just let it go?
Because you didn't let things go. I wanted to let things go. You couldn't sign a fucking divorce papers for 8 goddamn months.
You couldn't give me what you fucking owed me?
I owed you shit. And now I'm finally giving you what you fucking deserve. Life in
what
prison
happened?
for the murder of 2, asshole.
Well, no. Yeah, no, I'll probably get that. Yeah, no, you're right. Shit. You want to keep me up here? Want to stick around till the cops show up? Well, fuck that. And he's going to try to jump off and try to get to the balcony that Snark is laying on. It's like, fuck this. And goes down, almost assuredly breaks his ankle as well, and breaks through the sliding glass of it, and is like now fucking covered in broken glass and like tiny cuts, and he's limping along with a broken ankle, and there's like fully a family just sitting on the bed, and he goes, sorry, and he like plucks out $300 bills and throws it at them and tries to run out.
There was already a dead body on their balcony. Did they not notice?
Maybe not.
I'm sure you've had a hard day already. I am very sorry about this. And he begins to run for the elevator.
End scene.
All right.
Now, is that good or bad? And we have to decide.
Yes.
I got the money and I
Hey.
got a ish.
Good.
He was trapped and he fought his way out.
Yeah, very good.
Okay. That has been Act 2 of Pulp Panic's pen show playset audio drama. I don't know. Thank you so much for listening to our show. Tune in after the credits to hear the ending montages for all of our characters.
Pretty important that you listen to them this episode, I think.
Really
It is-
important.
it is.
All of them.
All of them. You should be listening to all of them.
If you've skipped one, I don't trust you.
And stay tuned after that to see what playset we'll be playing next month. Let's roll.
Yay! Okay, I got a -7. That's not too bad.
I got a +7.
Yo.
I got +4.
I got a +8.
Whoa.
Okay, so I got -7, and that is pathetic. You'll suffer. Oh, dear God, will you suffer? You're probably going to be locked up too.
I got bitter. You know what it's like to be utterly crushed.
Nothing to crow about. Not better, but not way worse either. Maybe the car's wrecked, or your wife is leaving you, or there's a court date. But compared to some other people's lives, you know.
I got white 7, which is weak.
Aw. Thank you so much for listening to our podcast. Thank you to Bully Pulpit Games for letting us use their wonderful game. Thank you to Luca Monfrey for our spectacular intro music. You can follow him at Horrible Smell on Instagram. Most of our production music is by Joel Stedler. You can follow him on his Patreon. Our outro music is Inward by Hans Troost. And you can follow the podcast on Instagram, Blue Sky, and TikTok, all at Pulp Panic Pod, basically all the socials. This story is based off the Pen Show playset, written by Jason Morningstar, published by Bully Pulpit Games. Don't forget to leave us a review wherever you happen to be listening, and to spread the word about Pulp Panic. It really does help. And thank you again. You know what's wild? On my positive dice, I rolled 2 6s. Put that on my negative, I got both 4s.
Oof. So my scene is about Grandma Jones. Remember when Alfie was like, "I'm sorry, Grandma."
Oh,
In that moment, the grandma up in heaven went, "Oh, I'm telling God, you're never getting in here." And that's a bad die.
Fuck you, Grandma.
Wow.
What an asshole.
Oh.
I'm going to do my bad die right away. Tommy makes it out with the $1 million.
Ooh.
He has, however, pissed off, killed, or otherwise been seen as a target to every single rich pen dick in like existence. So of the $1 million he had, he spends probably 900,000 of it. Just like fake documents, different country, like all the stuff you have to do to be invisible. And he's on a Greek island somewhere with $100,000.
I'm gonna do my bad die. Alex is confronted in the stairwell by the police, and then she's quickly whisked away and interrogated. So from Alfie's point of view, she completely disappeared.
In a bad die for Alfie, in all this commotion, they are not actually letting him up back into his hotel room to get that espresso machine.
No!
Fuck.
Or his clothes. So he lost so much during all of this.
Some of the blood and money landed on our balcony, so they couldn't would have let us in.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, and I'm gonna use a bad die for that. So in the chaos of the money falling, Edward gets the opportunity just to slip out. You know, he's all inky and he's being held by the police. So he slips out and he starts stumbling towards Alfie, but in his like drunken stupor, what's supposed to be like he was like going over there to clear stuff up a little bit, he just ends up stumbling and it looks like he's taking a swing, and just it ends up coming off more antagonistic than he cares for, and he just like collapses, and that's like the last impression he leaves on Alfie.
While in Greece, Tommy meets a large, balding Greek man, much like himself, and they fall in love. Tommy realizes that she wasn't such a bad person, she just wasn't right for him. And he spends his days ruminating on his life on the back of a Greek fisherman's boat, watching the Mediterranean sunset.
Damn. In a plea deal, after being taken in by the cops to try to help track down Tommy, Alex confesses to everything that she had ever done with Tommy, and they heavily fine her, but she doesn't get any jail time. But she just wanted to try to get Tommy, but they can't find him. They don't know where he is. So she's left in debt from a lot of fines without revenge taken out on her ex. So that's my bad die.
In a good die, the world of pens is done for Alfie. But model trains?
Yes!
Yes!
That's something
Yes!
he can get behind.
Alfie in a little conductor costume. So
Oh my
cute.
God.
So cute.
Oh my God!
And there's just a brief scene of him with his new friends, and he's like, it's just that sometimes I like the tunnel, and sometimes I like the train.
So for my bad die, I think I have really bad liver failure while I'm in jail, and I die.
So for my second good dice out of 3, that unnamed churro stand that got its start in the 90s at convention centers grows to become Annie Ann's.
That's crazy. That's awesome.
Bittersweet moment, Tommy had a fuckload of stock in the company that became Auntie Anne's and cannot access them.
Yeah.
Oh, because it was his name, Tommy.
Yeah, it's in his name, and he is now like Stavros Vincenzi of some little Greek fuck island.
Good die. Callum dies happy, knowing that his dead body is desecrating fucking Clark Allen's. What was his name? Alan.
That's
Alan
actually
Clark's
great.
pen.
Alfie gets a little bit of a raise at work, and so he's able to just scrape by a decent living with him and his wife.
So I think it's, I think Edward always has been a little bit like using people, pessimistic and stuff. But I think when they first met, because he's sitting at the bar and Alfie sat next to him and just started yapping, I think Edward was immediately extremely annoyed, but notably did not tell Alfie to shut up or go away, which like he would tell most people. Where there's something about Alfie that he instantly was just like, everybody in this world is always yapping at me, like, but I have to get yapped at. This guy can do it, that's fine.
I have one last good die. I'm gonna say that we like start the scene off with Tommy working. He's like 23, 24 max, and he is wearing like a paper cap and like a yellow and brown uniform polo, and he's working at his local churro shack. And you can just see he hates his fucking life, and he's just taking orders from assholes. And he's like looking down at the order list, and he looks up and he sees Alex, and all that said is Alex going, "Do you have a pen?" And that's the day they met.
For my final good die, Alex really enjoys the model train hobby with her husband, Alfie. She actually enjoys model trains.
Yay!
They both liked something.
After 7 years, Alfie has mastered samba dancing.
Yes! Yes!
And by mastered, I mean he...
Intermediate?
Yes.
Hell yeah.
And that has been Act 2. Thank you for listening. We will now roll for the next playset. Okay, so next month we have the possibility of playing Back to the Old House, The Ice, Camp Death, and Objective Zebra. And now with this final roll, we will see what it is. Camp Death.
Yes!
Ooh.
See you in Halloween.
Weep, 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 weep.
I have been Jared.
I've been Moss.
I've been Lucci.
And I'm Nicola.
Don't be fools.